Have you ever stayed up all night thinking about one thing over and over again? Maybe it was a small mistake you made, a conversation that didn't go right, or a decision you haven't made yet. If so, you're not alone. Overthinking is like a hamster running endlessly on a wheel. You're exhausted, but going nowhere. It feels like your mind is trapped in a loop, playing the same thoughts repeatedly without getting any closer to peace or answers. But today, we're going to break that wheel. You'll learn how to spot the signs of overthinking, understand why it happens, and follow clear, realistic steps to stop it so you can feel calmer, sleep better, and make confident decisions again. Let's start by understanding what overthinking really is. It's not the same as deep thinking or reflection. Overthinking means thinking too much in a way that's unhelpful or even harmful. It's when your mind keeps replaying mistakes, worrying about things beyond your control, imagining worst-case scenarios, or obsessing over what-if questions. It's like your brain is stuck in a loop. It keeps playing the same song over and over, but you can't hit pause. Some people confuse overthinking with being smart, but the truth is, thinking clearly helps you solve problems. Overthinking, on the other hand, makes problems feel bigger and more overwhelming than they actually are. The first step to overcoming overthinking is to recognize it when it's happening. Start by asking yourself, am I solving a problem or just spinning in circles? Is this helping me or just making me feel worse? Have I already spent too much time thinking about this? There are a few signs to watch for. You might feel mentally exhausted. You can't sleep because your mind won't stop running. You constantly ask others for advice, but end up more confused. You avoid making decisions because you fear getting it wrong. You feel stuck. Once you catch yourself doing it, pause and say to yourself, I'm overthinking again. That moment of awareness is powerful. It gives you the chance to break the cycle. One of the most effective ways to slow down your mind is to write down what you're thinking. Grab a notebook or open a note app. Let your thoughts spill out without judgment. When thoughts stay in your head, they often feel overwhelming, but writing them down makes them feel smaller and easier to understand. Ask yourself, what exactly am I worried about? What do I need to decide? What facts do I know and what am I just imagining? Putting your thoughts on paper helps you see what's real and what's just fear. If you really need to think something through, set a time limit, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Start a timer and let yourself think. But when the time is up, either make a decision or let it go. Your thinking time should be like a meeting, not an all-day event. For example, if you're deciding whether to take a new job, give yourself 15 minutes to write down the pros and cons. When the timer goes off, walk away from it. If you still can't decide, sleep on it. But don't obsess. The more time you spend going in circles, the more stuck you'll feel. It helps to shift the kind of questions you ask yourself. Overthinking loves to ask why. Why did this happen? Why did they say that? Why do I always mess up? But instead of getting lost in the why, try asking, what now? What can I do next? What action will help me move forward? What's one small thing I can control right now? That shift in questions turns your thoughts from emotional spirals into useful steps. Another trick is the 5-5-5 rule. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 minutes? In 5 days? In 5 years? Most of the time, what you're overthinking now won't even be something you remember a year from now. If the answer to all three is no, take a deep breath and give yourself permission to let it go. Sometimes the best way to stop overthinking is to literally get out of your head. Move your body. Go for a walk, do a short workout, cook something, clean your room, dance to music. Physical activity is like a reset button for your brain. You're not ignoring your thoughts, you're just giving them space. Movement gets you out of the mental fog and back into the present. Talking it out can also help, but only if you set boundaries. Find someone who listens but doesn't fuel your anxiety. Say something like, hey, I'm overthinking this. Can I talk it out for 5 minutes? After that, move on to a different topic. Don't keep digging into the same worry again and again. Often, just saying it out loud is enough to make it feel smaller. Many people overthink because they fear making the wrong decision. So they delay, analyze, and end up doing nothing. But not choosing is also a choice, and often it's worse. You can train yourself to make faster decisions by starting small. What should I wear today? What should I eat? What should I watch? Give yourself just 30 seconds. Trust your gut. Over time, you'll get better at making decisions quickly, and you'll realize most of them aren't life or death. A big reason people overthink is because they're chasing perfection. They want every word to be perfect, every choice to be flawless, every step to be safe. But guess what? Nobody gets it perfect. Ever. Aim for good enough and then take action. Progress is way more valuable than perfection. It also helps to notice your personal triggers. When do you overthink the most? Is it at night before bed? After seeing certain people? When you're hungry or tired? Write it down and look for patterns. Once you know your triggers, you can create habits to protect yourself. Maybe you journal before bed to clear your mind. Maybe you avoid stressful people. Maybe you make sure to eat regularly and rest when needed. Managing your energy helps you manage your thoughts. Mindfulness is another helpful tool. It means focusing fully on the present moment instead of drifting into the past or future. One simple exercise you can try is grounding yourself with your senses. Look around and name 5 things you can see, then 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you're thankful for. This practice pulls you back into the now and calms your racing brain. We also live in a world full of noise. Social media, news, texts, and endless opinions. Sometimes overthinking gets worse because we're simply overstimulated. Try turning off your phone for 30 minutes. Log out of your apps. Give your mind a break from all the input. You don't always need more information. You need more silence. You can also create a mental off switch with a phrase that interrupts your spiral. Something like, "I've thought about this enough," or "This is not helping right now," or "I'll come back to this tomorrow." Say it out loud or in your head. Use it like a stop sign for your brain. Over time, your brain will learn to shift away from unhelpful loops. Overthinking doesn't always look the same. It shows up differently in different areas of life. In relationships, it might look like replaying texts, overanalyzing words, or wondering if someone's mad at you. Stop trying to read minds. If something bothers you, ask. If it's small, let it go. Communicate instead of assuming. In work or school, overthinking shows up as perfectionism and fear of mistakes. You might worry about a presentation, obsess over a small comment, or dread feedback. Prepare well, but then let it go. After the task is done, let your mind rest. Don't replay every little moment. Focus on doing your best, not on being flawless. Overthinking also targets your health and your future. You might fear getting sick, making a wrong life choice, or losing control. But the truth is, no one knows what's going to happen. Worrying doesn't stop the future. It just ruins today. Make smart choices in the present. That's all you can control. Stopping overthinking is not about trying to erase all thoughts. That's impossible. It's about building better thinking habits. Here's a daily routine you can try. In the morning, spend 5 minutes writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Then set one intention like, "Today, I will focus on progress, not perfection." Around midday, pause for a minute. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, am I in the present moment? At night, journal what went well today. Write down any worries you still have. Then close the journal and say, that's enough for today. Do this daily, and it will become part of your mental hygiene. Overthinking is very common, but it doesn't have to run your life. You are not your thoughts. You can notice them. You can pause them. You can change them. You can teach your mind to be clearer, calmer, and kinder. Start small. Don't expect perfection. Be patient with yourself. Over time, the mental loops will lose their power. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. And let us know in the comments, what do you find yourself overthinking the most? And which of these strategies are you going to try first? Remember, your brain is a powerful tool, but you're the one holding the remote. Don't just think about life. Go out and live it. You've got this.